Welcome to our comprehensive guide on trigonometric half-angle formulas. In this video, we are going to explore how to find the exact sine, cosine, and tangent values for angles that are half the size of standard angles. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to solve problems involving half-angles with confidence. You might be wondering, why do we even need these formulas? Well, we usually know the exact values for standard angles like 30 degrees, 45 degrees, and 60 degrees from the unit circle. But what if we need to find the sine of 15 degrees? Since 15 is exactly half of 30, we can use a half-angle formula to derive the exact value without needing a calculator. This logic applies to any angle that can be expressed as half of a known angle. Let's start with the formula for sine. The sine of theta divided by 2 is equal to plus or minus the square root of the quantity 1 minus cosine of theta, all divided by 2. It is important to note the structure here. For sine, we subtract the cosine value in the numerator. Next is the formula for cosine. It looks very similar to the sine formula. The cosine of theta divided by 2 is equal to plus or minus the square root of the quantity 1 plus cosine of theta, all divided by 2. The key difference to remember is that for cosine, we use addition in the numerator instead of subtraction. For tangent, we actually have a few options. The primary formula involves a square root, just like sine and cosine. However, there are two alternative forms that are often easier to use because they do not involve radicals. You can calculate the tangent of theta over 2 as 1 minus cosine theta divided by sine theta, or as sine theta divided by 1 plus cosine theta. You probably noticed the plus or minus symbol in the formulas. This is a critical point. The sign is not random. It is determined by the quadrant where the half-angle, theta over 2, resides. You must locate the quadrant of the half-angle first, and then apply the standard rules of trigonometry to determine if the result should be positive or negative. Do not look at the quadrant of the original angle theta for the sine. Let's walk through an example. Suppose we want to find the exact value of sine of 15 degrees. First, we recognize that 15 degrees is half of 30 degrees, so our theta is 30. 15 degrees is in the first quadrant, so our result will be positive. Substituting cosine of 30, which is square root of 3 over 2, into our formula, we simplify the expression to get the square root of the quantity 2 minus root 3, all over 2. Now let's try a cosine example with 105 degrees. This angle is half of 210 degrees. 105 degrees is in quadrant 2, where cosine is negative, so we must choose the negative sign for our root. We substitute cosine of 210 degrees, which is negative root 3 over 2, into the addition formula and simplify to get our final negative result. Here is a visual representation to help you understand the relationship. If we look at the unit circle, the angle theta, shown in yellow, is twice as large as the angle theta over 2, shown in blue. Geometrically, the half-angle vector bisects the arc created by the original angle relative to the positive x-axis. This visual helps confirm why the quadrant might change when we take half of an angle. To wrap up, here is a summary of the formulas we have covered. Remember that sine uses subtraction within the radical, cosine uses addition, and tangent can be found using sine and cosine values without a radical. Always double-check your quadrants to ensure you have the correct positive or negative sign for your final answer.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.